Alright, welcome back guys. So this is where we stopped in the last video, and from the last video we learned how to, let me get this right. We learned how to use the bold, the italic, and the underline. And just in case you don't know what I mean by the last video, you should go back and check my playlist and watch the two previous videos before this one. They should be the third video on the Microsoft Word playlist. So that being said, I'm going to teach you guys how to use other properties on the home menu bar. I'll go ahead and go to the next line. And if I do that, I will still have all this formatting settings here. I wouldn't want to mind that. I'll just click on the bold to remove it from bold. Because if I don't do that and I leave the bold there, if I write, it will still be using the same formatting. So what I want to do, let me go ahead and delete all of this. And I'll press B, press I, and press U to remove all the formatting. If I want to go back to the previous default text, I'm going to choose calibrate body, reduce the size to, remember we learned how to do this in the previous video. I'm going to reduce the size to about 12 should be fine. Or let's use 14, right? 14 is fine. Okay. So I'm going to do something here. I want to have a placeholder text, right? So to do that, I'll just press equal to, I'll press lorem, that's not the spelling of lorem, lorem, L-O-R-E-M, open bracket, close bracket, and I'll press enter, and I'll have default text, alright? So this is just placeholder text. They are Latin words, they're actually Latin words. So I'm having my header here, and let's say this is the body of the letter, happy birthday. And what I want to do, I want to center this. I want to center this happy birthday. I want to bring it to the center of the page, right? Because right now it is on the left. What do I mean by the left? You see over here we'll have this alignment panel. It is all the way to the left. If I press Ctrl L, or I can use my mouse, I click here, it brings this to the left, right? Now if I want to take it to the right, I will press here, or Ctrl plus R. It will take it to the right hand side of the page. How about if I want to bring it to the center? I'll press here and it will bring it to the center. Alright, so this is just for alignment purposes. Align to the left, align to the center, align to the right. Align to the left is Ctrl plus L. Align to the center is Ctrl plus E. Right? Ctrl plus C could not be used for this because Ctrl plus C has another function, which is copy. If you know that already, but we'll deal with all of that. Ctrl plus R takes it to the right, align it to the right. Alright, so I'm going to align to the center. How about this one? This one is to justify the text. Now notice how we have some spaces over here and over here and over here. What I mean by some spaces is this text, they are not getting all the way to the end, right? In order for me to achieve that where I want my text to fill every single row, every single line, I'm going to highlight this text and I'm going to click on justify. And now you see how my text covers the whole screen. Let me click it again for you to see the difference, right? So if I justify my text, I want my text to fill up the whole screen. Alright, so that is what this option does. This is align to the left, align to the center, align to the right, and this is to justify your text. So let's say we have a case where I want to give this happy birthday a color. I'm going to give it a color of blue. So I'll highlight it as usual, and I'll just click on this A and I'll choose blue. That's simply how you can change the color of the text, right? And let's say I want to make emphasis to this particular line. I want to highlight it with a color. If I click on this, by default is this yellow, but then I can give it a color of my choice, just highlight it. I come here and then I choose any color of my choice. So that is me just highlighting a single line. It can be a whole paragraph, it can be a whole page even. I'm going to stick to the default, which is yellow. Right, so that is what that option does. Now let's learn about listing. So I'm just going to write okay, back to our primary or nursery rhymes. A for apple, B for ball, C for top, D for dog, E for egg, A B C D F G F, G for great. Great. So I have this list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 items on my list. Let's say I want to give them numbers from 1 to 6. All I have to do is just highlight it. And then, well, first of all, let's use bullet points. Right? Bullet points are not numbers, but they are just used in listing. So if I click on this option, I have my bullet point here. For me to see other options, other style of bullets, I'll click on the drop down arrow, this very one here, and I have other style of bullets. I can choose to use this, or to use this one, or to use this one, or to use this one. Right? I have a lot of options. So, but I'll stick to the default, which is just the round dot. If I want to use numbers as well, like I want to list them from 1 to 6, I'll come here. I see that's changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. I can have options as well. Different styles, ABC, Roman numerals. See? So anyone I choose to use, I can use. I'm just gonna stick to 1, 2, 3, all the way to 6. This other option is to indent. Now you see there is a space from where the 1 is and from where this paragraph starts. Alright, so if I want to indent this all the way to the left for it to begin on the same line, I'm just going to shift it backwards. So you see they start on the same line now. If I want to indent it forward, I'm just going to click here. I push it more to the right. If I want to push it to the left, push it more to the left. So that's basically what that one do or does. Now this one is for sorting. This is sorted already by default in ascending order. I have apple here, ball here, cup here, dog here, egg, and grape. If I want it to be the reverse, which is in descending order, I'll simply highlight this and I go to my sorting. Alright, all I have to do is just click on descending and then I'll press OK. And now it starts from the reverse, right? It starts from grape, egg, dog, cup, ball, and apple. I'm going to switch it back to ascending order. And then let's say this list was not ordered like chronologically from A to G. I'm going to bring in grape here. So we have grape. And I'm going to bring ball here. So we have ball. And I'm going to bring I'll bring cup here. So we have cup. And I'll bring egg here. We have egg. Sorry. I'm going to bring cup here. I'm going to bring dog here. Alright. So let's say you have a list like this and everything is scattered, but this list was supposed to be in ascending order. Now you don't have to go ahead and delete everything and try to write the list all over again. Just highlight everything on the list and go to your sorting option and leave it in ascending and press OK. Right, now you see it automatically sort everything for us accordingly. So that is that for that. That's very simple, I know. How about this one? This is for borders. Right, let me highlight the whole of this paragraph, and if I go to my borders, I can choose to add a border at the bottom, a border at the top, a border at the left, a border at the right. I can choose to not add a border at all, which is the one that comes by default. I can choose to add a border all around, outside borders. You get the idea. So you can just go around and play around with the borders. Go ahead and play around with the borders and see other options that are there. How about this one? So this is for let me show you. If I click on this, I will have like dot. I'll see where I have spaces, right? It signifies it or it identifies it with dot. So here I have a space. You see the dot here? If I press my delete or backspace to remove the dot, it's gone. Why? Because there is no space there. Now I have a dot there. It's telling me that I have a space there. Whenever I see two dots, it means there is a double space. So if I press again, double spaces, because I can see two dots there. It means I have a double space. Wherever I see this symbol, it means there is a break there going to the next line. So basically, you just use this to identify two dots, like two double spaces mostly, and where you have your return to the next line. It might not be useful, you might never get to use it, but then that is what it does. Another option is this shading, right? If I want to shade my list, I'm just going to highlight over the list, and I'll go to my shading and pick a color. Alright, do the same for ball, I'll pick a different color. I'll do the same for cup, I'll pick a different color. I'll do the same for this, I'll pick a different color. I'll do the same for egg. I like egg. And now pick a different color. Okay. Here we don't have this already. And then lastly, I'll do the same for grape, and I'll pick a different color. Alright, so let's say I want to put all of them in a border. I'm just going to highlight and then put the border all around. I see. This is what the border does. So they have borders all around now. All of them are surrounded by borders. Alright, so we've dealt with every single thing here. And let me tell you what the find and replace does. Basically, the name says it out already. If I'm looking for a word here, let's say I'm looking for this one, dollar. I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna copy it, Control C. I'll go to find, right? Oh, because I selected it, it's showing here already by default. But let me look for another word. Let me look for elite. This one here, E-L-I-T. I'm going to highlight and I'm going to type E-L-I-T. And see, you can see it. One result to have one elite here. So basically, I just found it. If you're looking for a word in a 200-page document, a 1,000-page document, just go to find and search for the word that you're looking for. How about the replace? So what are we still looking for? Let me look for something different. I'm going to look for, okay, this ET, or let me look for NEC. So I'm going to look for NEC, and find net. It has seen NEC, find net. Alright, another NEC here. Alright, so this NEC is connected to a word, and we have a standalone word here, NEC. So what do I want to replace? I want to replace it with ET. Right? I'll pay close attention to this and see what happens. If I replace this, now this has been replaced with ET. Right? We had NEC there, that's been replaced with ET. So basically, that's how you use the find and replace. You find something and you replace it with something else. Alright. So that being said, I didn't talk about this. Let me quickly show you what that does. Now, if I highlight everything on my document, right, or let me just press Ctrl A to highlight everything. Now, this is for line spacing. If I click on this, 1.0, 1.5, 1.15, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0. Now you get the idea. I'm having more spaces in between each line of text, right? So yeah, 1.0, 1.15, 1.5. You get the idea, right? So if you have any questions, I would like you to ask me in the comment section. And one way you can support me is by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It actually helps my channel to grow and